Welcome to Now. I'm your host, Curtis Parody, and the only thing I'm thinking about right now is Apple, Apple, Apple! Yep, so today was the keynote of WWDC 2012, and there were some crazy cool announcements made by Apple. I picked out a few of the ones that stood out most to me, so let's talk about them. Starting at the bottom of the list and working our way up, because I like to build up the suspense like that. OS X Mountain Lion was shown off today, and it looks like a good step up from the current operating system. With the new social features, improved iCloud integration, and the new notification center, I can say that I'm looking forward to it, but again, it's nothing that we haven't already seen because it was shown off a couple months ago. Now, iMessage for Mac is cool though. I love iMessaging friends right on my Mac. Next up is the introduction of iOS 6. There were some big improvements here, starting with Siri. Siri is getting some cool updates for sports fans. Basically, you can ask Siri about sports scores and other things. Siri will also tell you about restaurants and movies playing nearby with the option to either buy tickets or book a table, which you know is pretty sweet. But the best part about Siri for myself is that it's coming to Canada. Now, I already have Siri on my phone, but she refuses to look up places in Canada because for some reason she can't use Google Maps, but that's beside the point. Now, talking about maps, Apple did release an entirely new mapping solution. They have dropped Google Maps and are moving on to their own technology. Maps now include a cool feature where you can actually fly over, a city and see it in 3D. So if you live in an urban area, be prepared for buildings to be there in all their, 3D gloriness. But if you really want to talk about the best things about the new Maps application, it has to be, without a doubt, turn-by-turn navigation. Yep, Apple has finally added turn-by-turn navigation to the Maps app. I will no longer have to use the horrible built-in directions thing that's currently in the Maps app. From the cool turn-by-turn navigation in Maps, we now move on to FaceTime. FaceTime now works over cell networks, which, is pretty cool, unless you have a horrible cell provider. Luckily, I can't say that for myself, as the network that I'm on is super fast, so I look forward to FaceTime on the go. Another simple but yet necessary feature for FaceTime was the ability to actually block people from calling you. This is something I've been waiting for a while. Not that I don't want to FaceTime with all of you, but I just don't. Sorry. I like FaceTiming with immediate family and close friends. That's about it. Now, talking about close friends and family, Facebook has now been integrated with iOS 6. So now you can send Facebook updates out just like you could with tweets. Another cool thing I didn't mention before is that you can get Siri to actually tweet and Facebook update for you. Siri, update Facebook with, "I just woke up." Just to let you know, that's a pretty typical Facebook update for me. A new app called Passbook was shown off, which is like a virtual card holder. It looks cool, but I fear that since businesses in Canada have a tendency to be slow with rolling out things like this, I'll probably never use it. And that's all I found interesting in iOS 6. Now on to the big announcements, the Mac updates, and some of it's not as big as I would have liked, where others are absolutely crazy, cool, awesome, chucking credit cards at the screen because that's what I'm like. First, the MacBook Airs and the MacBook Pros got an update for specs, but then that was about it. The iMac wasn't even mentioned, and even though it wasn't mentioned at the keynote, the Mac Pro did get an update, but really, it needed it really badly. Now from that little update news about the Mac to the big announcement around the Mac, it's the brand new Retina display MacBook. I want to grab it, but can't because it's a graphical screen and nothing else. Just look at this thing, it's absolutely amazing. Pretty thin for its power with 3.3 or a 3.6 i7 processor inside. It has 8 or 16 gigabytes of RAM, 256 or 512 gigs of solid state hard drive memory, and it's all packed inside of a laptop that's literally like 0.71 inches thick. Wow! Oh, also, I forgot to mention, it has a Retina display with a resolution of 2880 by 1800. I'm not really sure what all those hand gestures were for, but that's a higher resolution than a 1080p HD TV. This is amazing and made me want to buy it now. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold back on that one. This is basically the laptop that I've been waiting for, so probably I'm gonna be picking this one up as my current MacBook is close to about 5 years old. It makes me restart it every like 5 minutes, so I think it's time to update. So, is it time for you to update? This is what I want to know. Will you be picking up one of the new Retina display MacBook Pros? Yes or no, and tell me why in the comment section below. And when you're done commenting below, you should totally move your cursor up and click the subscribe button so that you can get all the newest episodes of Now sent straight to you. Then why not click the like button because you have liked this video, you liked the content in it, or you liked me. One of the three. I'm Curtis Parody, and that's what's happening now.